What's up guys? Had a request how to not get smashed in half guard. The first way people usually get smashed is when someone crushes their knee shield down and then they sprawl on top of it. Especially a lot of bigger guys will like to put their stomach over your knee shield right over your shin and your thigh, and then they'll sprawl from there and start looking to crush and pass. The other most common way people get crushed is when they're past the knee shield and then you're doing the underhook battle and they put on this heavy crossface and drop all their weight onto you. It's really hard to elevate people, even if you have the underhook on bottom. So first, to prevent our leg and knee shield being crushed, what we're going to do is flex our toes in the armpit and point our knee straight up into their shoulder rather than down towards their hip. This makes it so that it's really difficult to try to crush the leg down. Once the leg is down and the knee points down, it's easy to sprawl and crush by. There are ways to play a low knee shield with Z half guard like Craig Jones, but if you're not good at maintaining distance, it's safer to just point your knee at their shoulder and keep them at bay. The way I like to think about this is pretending from my hip to my knee is like a pillar, and I need to point that pillar up because I want to hold what's ever above the pillar. I need my toes active and my hips active. I need to hook right behind their shoulder, and I'm flexing. So if I take this pillar and I point it up, then it holds like it's supposed to. The issue becomes when you point the pillar downwards and then they sprawl, and boom, that's when your guard gets smashed because I came on top of the pillar on the side of it. Now, when they're already past the knee shield and we're dealing with this underhook battle, the most common thing that I see is that people are kind of up on their elbow, their face is just really far away from my chest, and they're just kind of looking at me. So it's really easy to cross-face them and just flatten them out on the ground, or take a near side underhook and just flatten them. What we're going to do to prevent this is we're going to have to practice this all four limbs elevating thing and rolling underneath, and then getting low and around the corner to hide my head. So I'm going to get low and around the corner, and when they drive in, all four of my limbs are going to elevate. Low and around the corner, and as they drive into me in pressure, I'm going to elevate. But I always need to hide my head towards their hip. If they don't do anything and I go low around the corner, I'm just going to take the back. So what ends up happening is I try to go low and around the corner and they drive in, and when they drive in, I elevate all four of my limbs, and then I get low and around the corner. And this process just becomes a rinse and repeat type thing that I keep doing again and again. Low and around the corner, and if I ever feel pressure on my chest and head, it's easy to just dive under the legs and then elevate all my limbs to knock them off balance. When I usually teach half guard underhook fighting to newer people, what happens is they leave their head out here exposed and they don't try to get low, and then coaches will yell, "Get to your knees," and they'll just end up driving straight into their opponent. When this happens, that's how people get flattened out, just by pressure. But as long as I try to shift my hips off to the side and get as low as I can on their leg and body, it becomes really easy to try to knock them over. And then when they resist the knockover, I elevate them overhead. Like always guys, this was a request video. Let's keep the requests coming. Till next time, let's get it.